So, I'm Alex Cox, I'm the director and writer of Repo Man. And you already know Keith Morris, who also appears in Repo Man, and Zander Schloss, who also appears in Repo Man. Hello! So we're just going to give you some very brief reminiscences, and then we will throw the whole thing open to questions. And if you want to come down the front and ask questions, please do.
There's a microphone right over there.
There's a microphone that will be right there.
Standing next to that handsome gentleman over there.
And my recollection of Repo Man, my principal recollection, is that I wanted to make a film about the danger of nuclear war, because I thought that was a very important subject. But I discovered that you couldn't actually find any money, raise any money to make a film about that. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to make a movie about Repo Man and the danger of nuclear war. You know? That's going to be popular. And I couldn't raise any money for that. So then, because every film at that time, it was Breakfast Club period. And every film had to be about, teenage boys. So, okay, I'm going to make a film about nuclear war, Repo Man, and LA punk rock.
And young boys.
And young boys, and that's what we did.
You had a member of Breakfast Club in the movie.
We had a member of the Breakfast Club in the movie, so it was all perfect. How did you get involved in Repo Man, Z?
Oh, geez. Well, originally you were interested in my band, the Juicy Bananas, who appear on the Repo Man soundtrack, the great Repo Man soundtrack. And Alex, somehow, I'm not exactly sure, but they hired me to play Kevin the Nerd, and on the same day they fired me and hired Sean Penn's younger brother. But I was a production assistant on the set. They gave me a job. You gave me a job, Alex. And
picking up cigarette butts.
Yeah. Very, very Kevin the Nerdish. But anyway, I was in charge of delivering the dailies, which is the daily footage. And executive producer Michael Nesmith from the Monkees was sitting, Michael Nesmith, was sitting with Alex watching Chris Penn's performance of Kevin the Nerd. And I was sneaking around the corner watching them. And I heard Michael Nesmith say, "Alex, this guy is terrible. What are we going to do?" And Alex said, "Well, I had originally offered the role to Zander." And Michael said, "Well, let's give it to Zander." But I continued to pick up cigarette butts on the lot. They didn't tell me for like a week. And then one day I came to the set and there was a star on the trailer that said my name on it.
And it's been all downhill since.
It really has, Keith. It really has. Way to make it.
Did you get a trailer with a star on the door?
I don't remember there being a star on the trailer, but I remember getting the call to be on set at 10 in the morning so we could get fitted for our tuxedos. And these are custom fitted tuxedos.
It was summertime too, wasn't it?
Come on now, I got more stuff to say.
You set up. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So they fit these custom tuxedos on us, and we're all hungover, and we want to find the Coke dealer, and we want some adult beverages. So we ask, we make our inquiries, can we take these tuxedos off? The answer was no, you've got to wear the tuxedos. You'll be shooting your scene probably in about 3 hours. Of course, it's the hottest day of summer. Our trailer, and I don't remember if there was a star on the door, but our trailer, normally these trailers are air conditioned and they're very comfortable, and ours, the air conditioning was broke.
No beer, no air conditioning.
No cocaine.
No cocaine, no hookers.
And ours was the very last scene that was filmed at what, 3 in the morning?
Could we do,
You know what?
And we were miserable.
Also, that night I had come on set to visit the set, and I met the Circle Jerks for the very first time that night.
We wanted to punch your face in.
Yeah. I said to them, "Hey guys, my name is Zander. I play Kevin the Nerd in the movie." And they walked right by me. But now look at me. I'm the bass player in the Circle Jerks.
Somebody else in the vicinity has a question about this lovely film that we're about to watch.
Come on down, there's a microphone right there.
There's a microphone waiting for you to ask any question you
I
want.
will be the first if I'm allowed.
Go for it.
Run!
Okay. Run! Why do I gotta run?
Check, 1, 2, 3. Hello. All right, I got this really crazy story to tell everybody. Where's my
No,
dog?
we said question, not story.
Question.
Okay, question. Okay,
story.
Zander used to juggle.
Juggle.
I remember you juggling at a Circle Jerk show, Oranges.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. Next question.
Well, okay, this one's for Keith then. Question. What was the idea behind Repo Man? As far as like how it started in the entry to the punk scene. Were you like influenced by punks at the time, or were you kind of trying to get new bands introduced?
No, I was really into the scene. We would all, Zander and me and Zander's sister Abby, and we would all go to see all the shows in Starwood. So we were intimately familiar with the Jerks and with X and Suicidals and all of them. And the plugs.
Suicidal tendencies.
Yeah.
Here.
I gotta do a little shout out to the review.
Okay.
All right, next question. Thank you.
No, serious. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you.
Repo Man was very well written, eminently quotable, well directed, but everything was wonderful, but I can't help thinking that without the wonderful cast, it might not have been quite as good, okay? So, let me just focus on one.
Amelia?
How did you envision an actor that was primarily a supporting cowboy actor for his career to be the leading Repo Man and mentor of Rob?
I saw Harry Dean Stanton in many, many films, and I remember seeing him in a movie called The Missouri Breaks. He was one of those supporting cowboy guys, but he had a pudding basin on his head, and they were giving him one of those pudding basin haircuts. And he went through the film with that, and I thought, any actor who'll do that is a good actor.
And he certainly came through.
And Harry Dean also played one of the guys in the prison camp in Cool Hand Luke with Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Okay. You, sir.
So, this kind of ties into the cowboy thing as well. I know that you've done a lot of writing on the spaghetti western and made films in that genre. Do you think your interest in the western informed Repo Man at all, as far as a band of outsiders, a band of outlaws searching for treasure, and LA standing in for the Wild West?
Definitely. I think every film should be a Western. We should only make Westerns.
Speaking of westerns, Alex just made a film called Dead Souls, which is currently in theaters now.
Come see it. Zander's in it.
And I'm in it. I drive Alex around on a wagon. But you might want to go out and check it out. It's called Dead Souls. You.
Hi, thanks for coming to St. Paul. One general question before all this stuff. If you could give your younger self or any young musician first coming into the scene a bit of advice that you didn't have.
Who are you asking this question?
All of you. What Yeah.
I'll answer it first. Look good and have a good time.
Put as much of yourself into what you're doing. And be true, and don't be there for all of the wrong reasons.
Well, that's a real answer there.
Very good answers. Two very good answers.
What about you?
I don't know anything about music. I just
These are Alex's debut singing engagements, and you guys have been privy to a very special thing. Alex is a new singer. How did he do? He did good. Yeah. We're all very proud of you, Alex.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for coming tonight.
You gotta take your shirt off next time.
I mean, after this, I felt like, oh man, that question's gonna be like pretty lame, because that would be awesome. But what was in the case when the end of the movie ended? What was in there? What was that? That's all I want to know.
A flying saucer, which is really a time machine.
This is for all of you. Whose idea was it to do When the Shit Hits the Fan as a lounge version? And do you get royalties from Richard Cheese, who built his career on that scene? Richard Cheese is a world-renowned lounge singer who takes rock and alternative songs and loungifies them.
Really do well.
Starting in the 2000s, but I know he got that inspiration from that scene.
Was that your idea, Alex?
I thought it was Keith's idea to do it as a
I
live
thought it was a combination of three other guys in the band. And the odd thing about that scene and that recording, we were playing with one of the greatest fucking punk rock drummers, Chuck Biscuit. And if you watch the scene, he's playing an acoustic guitar. He was just as good a guitar player as he was a drummer. And it's all acoustic. And we're playing to a drum machine. And the thing was, why the fuck did we just not fucking rock it out?
I can't believe I used to like those guys.
Thank you.
You just
You're
answered
welcome.
my question.
Hi. I love the characters of Otto and Bud, and I'm very curious, what made you specifically decide to make them Repo Men, and what other inspiration went into building their characters?
Oh, I had a neighbor who was a repo man, and so I would go out with him on weekday nights, and we'd cruise around the various neighborhoods where he was looking for cars. And if he got a car, then I would drive it back to the repo yard, and I get paid $25. So that seemed like a good story, a good thing for a movie. If you can't get the nuclear war thing going, then you can get nuclear war and repo men for sure.
And young boys.
And young boys and punk rock.
I was wondering who partied the most on set. Harry Dean Stanton, Emilio, Keith, or you, Alex?
We were working far too hard. As Keith observed, we were working you must have worked like a 17-hour day or something.
And there were no drugs, no booze, and we were half a block from a liquor store.
We're all serious professionals, sir. How dare you?
But in those days, we used to have beer at the end of the day. In those days, the production would have a big bucket full of beer at the end of the day for the cast and crew. But of course, we can't do that nowadays for health and safety. So that was the end of it.
So first of all, thanks again for being here. This is a thrill to see you all perform, and about to see this on the big screen. I just had a question about the connection to the music scene. So pre-internet, growing up in Shitsville, we didn't have access to a lot of things, and I have this relic from my misspent youth, VHS, and that was my window to the world for music. So can you just kind of talk about how that came about with the soundtrack and the distribution of that along with the movie, because that changed my life forever.
Hey, Alex, there's a scenario here where the soundtrack came out and Alex was still struggling to make the movie. The soundtrack came before the movie, and
Is that true?
the people, no, this is the story that I was told.
You might want to clarify.
At MCA, the soundtrack came out and was selling so well. It was all music that was being played on like one of our major radio stations in Los Angeles. And the president of MCA says, "What the fuck, where's the movie?"
So based on the soundtrack's success, the movie went back into having a theatrical release. Because it was pulled from the theaters pretty quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really the soundtrack saved it. The soundtrack saved it because it was such a great sampler of LA punk at that time, with an additional bonus song by Iggy Pop, who was also in LA at that time. So the soundtrack really did make the film, and has contributed to its longevity, I think.
So I grew up in Southern California, so I fucking love you guys. I grew up listening to you guys. My question is for Keith though. How bad did you want to smack the shit out of those two MAGA guitars that were at your show that one night?
We're not here to discuss that. We're talking about Repo Man. We are not talking about Nazis. But thanks for the question anyways.
So this is for all three of you. Through line right throughout Repo Man is just nihilism and optimism, right? Your parents suck, your job sucks, but hey, at the end of the day, you might meet some cool people and a cool car at that. As you've gone from your 20s into beyond, how has it been to maintain a sort of optimism while also facing some of the stuff that you saw 40 years ago?
It's worse.
My parents didn't suck. My mom is one of the greatest people in my world. And she was the one that explained to me, Keith, first she asked me this question, have you seen Repo Man? And in all of the years, I'd only seen bits and pieces. I'd never seen the entire movie. She said, you've got to watch this movie. It's my favorite movie. And now I'm like going out of my head like, how could this movie be my mom's favorite movie?
Because you're in it.
Well, she explains to me that there's a lot of pessimism, but there's also the optimism, which is he's going through life and he's seeing all of these different scenarios. And as he's seeing all of this stuff and taking all of this stuff in and determining what's good and what's bad, he's on a mission. He's searching. It's like all of us, we're on a mission to find what we want to find. Find the good things. Good things happen to good people. All of those bad people, they can go die. the way my mom explains it, as they're in the Chevy at the very end of the movie and they're floating up, they're going to heaven. That's where they're going.
That's a good explanation. That's a very good explanation. I just want to say that I had a really nice mother too. She taught me to read and write. I love her very much. Even though she's gone.
Just a comment for Alex. You get the element. That was pretty good. But question for Keith and Zander. I remember seeing this when it came out. And watching you guys on movies like Decline, stuff like that, and I still see those kids. You still have that same energy, and you're kicking the shit out of people like Morrissey or the other bands that are like Green Day that are kind
Morrissey doesn't eat meat.
But even the younger people that are like Green Day, they're standing on the foundations that you built. Is it easier now as a touring, and can you contrast that? I mean, do you enjoy doing things like this more than the smaller shows that were a little bit more maybe aggressive? Is it more fun now? Is it more enjoyable?
It's different, It's like for me personally, I have a new sort of like outlook on the whole thing. Being that I turned 65 yesterday. So, it used to be, when you're a young man and you're doing this and stuff, you have all that energy and like the adrenaline and all that stuff, today it's like, it's more exhilarating actually for me now than it was back then.
Also, it's a major hurdle because when we're younger and we have all of that energy, we can bounce back much easier.
My diabetes sensor's going on.
We're both diabetics and we have that same device. Getting old, yes, getting old.
Still kicking ass.
But here's the thing. We are having as much fun now as we did back then. And the thing is that we know what we do pretty well. And we have all of these people ask us, why are you still doing it? There are all of these people falling off to the side. And for me, I love the fact that we're still able to do this. And I know I have a feeling that, and I don't want to come off as an egotistical prick, but we do a really, really good job, and we do it just as well as a lot of the younger bands.
Yeah, and furthermore, we're better friends now. We're much better friends now.
Yeah, because we used to hate each other.
We hated each other, and now we're much better friends.
Yeah.
I think that Bennett's flashing the flashlight.
Well, because that is the last question, and what I would like to say. Oh, go ahead, Alex. Alex, please say what you have to say, and then we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, one more question.
Yes.
This is more of a design question, but something that stood out to me the most in the movie was the labels and all like the labels you do in the grocery stores and the gas stations. But then there's one scene where like none of the liquor bottles are labeled with like a generic, like iconic label. I want to ask kind of an explanation behind that. What made you decide to
Cheap movie, too cheap. Labels.
Money.
Is that it, Bennett?
Is that it, Bennett? Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. I'd just like to thank all of you guys for coming out to see Repo Man. And, I'm interested. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Who here would be interested to see a sequel to Repo Man? Well, thank you very much, because Alex said that Dead Souls was going to be his last movie, and I said, that's bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Hey, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Enjoy the film. Thank you.